All right, welcome back. The Mediterranean diet is often considered the gold standard, but there's some new research that's showing you that you can enjoy lean beef while following this diet plan, and this is the lady who knows all about it. We've got dietitian Tori Glenn with Hy-Vee joining us today to talk about the diet and its benefits,
Yes.
a lot of benefits. So I want to kind of start from, 10,000 feet. What exactly is the Mediterranean diet?
So we hear a lot about that and heart health associated with it. So if you go to your doctor's office and say they're doing some blood work, checking you out, maybe your cholesterol's creeping up there, maybe your blood pressure's increasing, sometimes they'll mention that Mediterranean diet. And that is kind of just bringing in a lot of heart healthy ingredients.
Okay.
We're focusing on fresh, whole ingredients, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein sources, fatty oily fishes, and other healthy fats as well. So it's encompassing a lot of really good foods.
Awesome. And, like we were saying, beef.
Yes.
That's one that a lot of people, they're thinking, okay, this can't really
Yes.
work out with all this.
Yep.
But
yeah.
that's not the truth.
No, not necessarily. So we're bringing in lean ground beef specifically. So we're thinking about 93% lean ground beef. We're thinking about other beef cuts that have maybe loin or round in them. So like sirloin, tenderloin, top round. Those are all really good examples of lean ground beef options, or lean beef options, I should say. And you can still fit them on the plate while following that Mediterranean diet. So we kind of have an example right here. So we have our My Plate example, and following that we have our beef. So this is going to be our 93% lean ground beef. So knowing that we want to have 3 ounces of our serving size, I always like to give the deck of card example. So you're seeing that, it looks very similar to that deck of cards. Same thing with the thickness as well, very similar there. So that shows you that 3-ounce portion. And in that 3-ounce portion, you have about 10 essential nutrients, and then you also have about 25 grams of protein within that 3-ounce serving. So that helps create the rest of the plate, which is following those fruits and those vegetables being half of that plate, and then also having whole grains in there too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And also, I'm so glad you explained the deck of cards. I was kind of
Yeah. What is that doing there?
I trusted you. I want you to know I completely trusted you on
I
that,
know.
Tori.
I know.
But you got this example. Then what do you have right here?
Yes, so these are other really good factors of that Mediterranean diet. So over there, you'll see a lot of flavor without salt. That's a huge factor of the Mediterranean diet because we're thinking of that heart health. So thinking about maybe our building flavors with onions, garlic, shallots, maybe citrus flavors, lemons, limes, oranges, and then maybe fresh herbs, or also having seasoning blends that don't have any salt in them. Mrs. Dash being a classic one, no salt in there, but a ton of flavor too. So still packing that flavor, but reducing that sodium.
That's a good idea. Now I am curious because then people start wondering, how can I make I've got to plan out a whole week of meals.
Yes.
What are some ideas, some different meal types for this?
Yes. So, I mean, you could do a variety of things. We see right there on that plate, that's a burger example, which normally we probably wouldn't think that could fit in there. There could be tacos. There could be things that include fatty, oily fishes like salmon, tuna, sardines, or plant-based options like our nuts and our seeds, walnuts, pepitas, or maybe even beans. So canned beans like the garbanzo beans, dried beans like black beans as well. So you can work in a lot of different options and make that variety and that creativity last.
I love that. And before we go, I do have to ask, people are going to be like, okay, this is the gold standard.
Yes.
Why does this work?
Yes, yeah. Because as you see, we're bringing in a lot of really good, fresh, whole ingredients. It's kind of what we automatically think of. Okay, we know we need to have our fruits and veggies on the plate. We know we need to have whole grains. We know we need to have lean protein. So this is kind of pulling it all together and giving it a practical example and a nice lifestyle to follow.
I love that. That's awesome. The gold standard. Tori is the gold standard as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You bet.